Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Happy Friday, y'all. Okay, your girl woke up early today. Your girl woke up early, like, I just did. I don't know what, what I'm saying? I just popped up out of bed. Okay, anyways, with that being said, with that being said, with that being said, it's hot today. I was not expecting this. Like low key, when I woke up and I was looking at what I was gonna wear, I was like, I'm in a mood for. I miss summer. I miss spring. Like typically, most of the time, I say 70% of the time in Houston it's hot. So I have winter clothes for just a few months of the year when it's actually cold. Anyway, I woke up. I'm telling you, I woke up early because I woke up before my alarm went off and gave me the weather and all those other details. So I just, you know what I'm saying? And then, when the weather details went off, I was like 70 degrees high. Oh man. 60 for the low. Baby, it's gonna be warm today. So I picked the perfect outfit. Okay. anyways. 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 The message I heard is something you need to do from this point on. So the scripture comes from Proverbs 30 and 17. The eye that mocks a father that scorns an aged mother will be pecked out by the ravens of the valley, will be eaten out by the vultures. Okay, so God is saying, trust him. Okay, trust your parent, trust your heavenly father, trust him with all things. And that's just like I said, I woke up early. So I woke up way before my alarm went off. I was dressed before my alarm went off. And by the time, like, my alarm went off a few minutes before I got ready to sit here in the seat and record. So I'm already dressed when they're telling the weather. But I trusted God when he was like, you're not going to be cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and wear it. You're not going to be cold. I was like, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? When I started with going towards this belt, I was like, but this is for summer type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of shopper. I already told y'all that I'm cheap. I really like, I'm not rich, but I do like nice things. So when I buy stuff, I typically try to buy it out of season. You know what I'm saying? When everybody is saying that they are motivate, like they gravitating towards other stuff, that's when I run towards the stuff they running away from. Oh, y'all want to buy all the little itty bitty bags that you can't fit nothing but lip gloss and lipstick in? Bet I'm finna buy the bags where you can actually put stuff in, because I'm not finna wear no little bitty bag. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Them little tiny bags, like when before I had my son, yeah. But when I was a party girl, yeah, them the kind of bags I used to wear to go and party when I was in my early 20s. But baby, so this is by going creeping up on 33. Creeping up on 33. And when I tell you, I bet not trying to go out nowhere with no little itty bitty purse, looking like a little toddler with a little itty bitty purse. Baby, when I saw the prices for them little itty bitty purses like this one, they done made the mini version and the itty bitty teeny version. I was like, what you gonna put in that? Now, if I had a daughter, I can't stay. If I had it like that and I had a daughter, I would go ahead and break down and buy the little itty bitty version of the album bag. But baby, you will not catch me spending thousands of dollars. Although, like, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't spend, like, you know what I'm saying? I buy used. You know what I'm saying? I don't even, you know what I'm saying? So for me to spend that much on a little bitty bag. Anyways, I just feel like it's nonsense. I like, from my logic of looking at things, especially as somebody that, still kind of, but used to full blown be into fashion. Fashion, typically things are priced by the materials used and how much materials used. I don't see why I would pay more for a tiny bag than I would for a big one. I would get more use out of the big one. Even when you think about it, like historically, Louis Vuitton started out as a luggage company. They created goods for you to travel with. So why would I pay more for something that it will be impossible for me to even put a bathing suit in than I would for something where I could literally put my clothes, my toothbrush, all my little like, you know, 1 day worth of facial stuff, and like, you know what I'm saying, the little travel size stuff in there, and I'm good to go. Why would I do that? I don't understand the logic in it. But whatever, that's the world we live in today. Now it's not even like that. Like logic that flew out the window, and it's what's in style. What's in style? That's the price then skyrocket high. They charging dang near $1,000 for a little pouch that you supposed to carry your lip glosses in, and people is wearing this as a clutch. And I just don't understand what's going on. But you know what? That's why I sit at home. You know what I'm saying? I drink my water, I sip my tea, and I watch TV because I. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't think I would even get in good with the conversations. I'm gonna say some things that's gonna make people like, why you have to say that? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people don't like to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. And the truth of the matter is, why would you even spend $100 on a purse that you can't carry nothing but a credit card, your ID, and some lip gloss? Why? What was the point? You could put that in your pocket. I'm just being real. The logic. With that being said, God said when He speaks to you with logic and He speaks to you with common sense, don't allow it to just fly out the window. Just like the logic I just spoke. I'm not gonna spend $800, $1,000, $2,000 on a purse that's only gonna carry stuff I can put in my pocket. So I don't see, if God is speaking to you and telling you not to do something, like let's say if God tell you that you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody, or God is speaking to you saying that you don't need to be friends with somebody, or God speaks to you saying that you don't have no business going to certain places, or God speaks to you and saying that you shouldn't waste your money on certain things, why would you ignore the logic that God is giving you? Why would you even like take it to an extent to where you're mocking God and saying, well, it's cute and well, it makes sense, and no, but I could use it for this, that, and the third. And it's like none of the reasons that you can come up with make sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it look cute. But you know, just like I was watching somebody video the other day where she was talking about, I bought all these tiny purses and they don't look good on me. Like, and that's how I feel because I'm a thick girl. So me with a little itty bitty purse, it ain't gonna look good. That's not gonna be cute. And it just, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm swole. I got this broad shoulder, big old hands. What am I doing with a little itty bitty tiny purse? And I just feel like God is saying when He is coming to you with guidance, with logic, like why would you go ahead and ignore what He's saying and just keep going? And you know, I like, even with some situations, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect because there are situations that I done been in my life, in my past, where red flags is just hitting me in the face and I kept going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There are times that I like just silly things. But you know, I just feel like God is saying if He is showing you things, listen. You know what I'm saying? You find out that the man is cheating on you. Why would you carry on in that relationship? If like, you know, especially if it's somebody that'll cheat on you with your friend, with your homie, or if it's somebody that'll do that, why would you carry on being with that person? Yes, of course they gonna do something even more disrespectful because you allowed them to do the first disrespectful thing. You can't even get mad at anybody else. Okay? I just feel like if you find out certain things, you find out that every time you go to a certain place, something bad happened, or it's something going on, or it's always a fight, or it's always some kind of scandal. It's always something like, why would you continue going there? You know, I just feel like God is saying use logic sometimes, and like don't always fight Him about what the wisdom that He's giving you. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to feel like I just feel like this is for somebody that you get frustrated because maybe you are in a position to where it's like every time you ask about a relationship, every person, like no matter who you point to, you are like, is that them? And God says no. Is that them? No. Is that them? No. God said, why don't you just stop trying to point and figure out who it is and wait? Just be patient. Why won't you just let God surprise you instead of getting your hopes up every time you see somebody that look good? Because just because they look good don't mean that everything is going to work out. It is much better to avoid getting your heart broke than to go ahead and you, like, you know what I'm saying, and you jump into that relationship and they stump on your heart, and now you crying again, and now you don't know what to do again, and now you got to heal all over again. And I know that it's a difference between, just, this is not to say that you should go through life being scared, and you should go through life fearing everything, and you should go through life and you shouldn't have anything, like, you know what I'm saying, having anything going on in your life. But at the same time, if you know for a fact, God then showed you time and time again that somebody ain't no good, regardless of who it is, and you keep trying to go towards that person, you are disobeying your Father. Like that, and that's plain and simple. It's the difference between meeting somebody new and being like, well, are they good? And then, then it's understandable for God to have to tell you, oh, okay, well, this one is a little different. Okay. But if you going, it's the same person, their opinion haven't changed. Their personality haven't changed. Whatever it is, they're like, for somebody, their opinion of you has not changed. They still don't like you. And that's just what it is. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. It's nothing you can do to change it. It don't, like, you know what I'm saying? He's still gonna break your heart. Period. He's still gonna cheat. He's still abusive. He still don't have all his screws. He's still crazy. Like God is saying, it's not a situation where now all of a sudden this person been touched and they changed. Okay, sometimes that happens, but for whoever this is for, God said he already told you. He already told you about this person. I'm being reminded of the message that I had a few days ago where I was in a dream, and it was like I was surrounded by a bunch of friends, and they all was just doing crazy stuff, and they was living life doing whatever they wanted to do, and they were being very disrespectful. And like, I just feel like this is for somebody. You are feeling like that's how you feel. You feel as though you have no outlet. Maybe you have no friends. You have nobody you can trust. You have nobody you can lean on. God said that's okay. Lean on him. Like, don't get yourself to a position to where you feel like you just need somebody. Because then, once God does send you somebody that is genuine, either one or two things are going to happen. One, you're going to idolize this person and you're going to think they are just the best person in the world, and you're going to start looking up to them in such a way that God is not going to like. Or two, you are going to be very clingy with this person, which they not going to like. Okay? So, I just feel like God is saying lean on him. That way, even when you do meet somebody that is worthy of your friendship, that is worthy of you to consider them a sister, like a close person to be around you or whatever, then it's like you're not going to be so needy of them. It's not going to be a situation where you just pouncing on them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because that's weird. Okay. as an adult, it's weird. It's okay to have friends, but you can't expect that you and your friend finna be hanging out every hour, every day. Like, that's weird. That is strange. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that. When we was teenagers, yeah. It was kids and you literally had nothing else to do, then yes, you could go and you can hang out with your friend all day, every day. But as an adult with responsibility and a job and, possibly other things going on, like marriage, kids, all kind of stuff, you cannot just be up in somebody's face every day, all day. You're not finna following behind nobody every day, all day. You're not trying to call them every day, all day. And you can't sit on the phone with them every day, all day. And that's just being real. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. Unless you on vacation or, retirement, which is like a vacation. So I just feel like in reality, God is saying this is not realistic. Okay. Like the idea that you're having in your head is not realistic, anyways. So get that out your head and depend on God. Okay. God said that whoever it is, regardless if this is a spouse, that they didn't pop back up. Okay, they, regardless if they pop back up in physical or in the spiritual. Sometimes when somebody start trying to tap into spiritual, or they messing, like this is somebody that's trying to come back into your life in the physical. God said they still on the same stuff they was on in the first place. They was controlling before, they controlling again. If they was cuckoo before, they cuckoo again. If they was a bad person, okay, before, they still a bad person. They running on demon time and doing all kind of demonic stuff before, they still doing all those demonic things now. They may be worse, just to be real, because typically when somebody is into stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, they into the crime scene, they into the gang scene, ain't nowhere to go but up. Okay, it's not a situation where they just been sitting at home being stagnant. 9 out of 10, they been active in these streets, and when you active in these streets, you start to go up. And right, and the more you go up, the more bad things you done did, and the more bad things you gonna do. God say they still the same person. They may just be worse. If it's somebody that didn't like you, okay, it was a friend and this person tried to tear you down and they did all these evil things and they said all these bad things about you. God say 9 out of 10, they still feel the same way. And 9 out of 10, they trying to figure out some kind of way they can do it again because they mad. They saw that it didn't work. Okay, God pulled you up. Whatever they plan was, it didn't work out the way they thought it would. It didn't affect you the way they thought it would. They might see or feel that God is about to bless you, so they trying to figure out some kind of way to stick their foot out in front of you. God say they still feel the same. They still got the same thing going on. It's still the same kind of vibe. Don't even stretch yourself out and worry yourself trying to chase after it. Because guess what? God already got it for you. Okay, just like God told me before the alarm even went off, God gave me the hunch. Go ahead and put you on a spring outfit today with a little sweater. It don't have to be a long sleeve, just a little throw type sweater. You know what I'm saying? And that's specifically, I got this sweater because I know I live in Houston and the weather does what it wants. So it's still a winter outfit, technically, because it's a sweater. But it's hot. So I ain't got no sleeves on it. Because why? I refuse. I refuse. I'm already a thick girl as is. I'm not finna be sweating like that. And you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in the house. But still, no. And I just feel like God is saying, use common sense and logic with it, even with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to want a relationship. It's one thing to want friends. And it's another thing to want a relationship so desperately, or marriage so desperately, that you settle for anybody. And you know what I'm saying? I can't stand, I feel sorry for anybody that is in that kind of situation where they are literally just holding on to a marriage because they want to be able to say that they married. And they don't want nobody to shame them for getting a divorce. No. Ain't nobody finna make me feel bad. I'm not finna just sit around and let somebody knock me upside my head and want to go toe to toe with me every night just because such and such is gonna be trying to make me feel guilty because I ran from the marriage and I should have stuck it out like a real one. If I would have stuck it out, I would have been a real one. Baby, ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. For some of y'all, would have been real gone 6 feet under. Ain't nobody got time for that. And it like, as women, especially as chocolate women, the main way that we be taken out of here is by our loved ones, our spouses. That is like and it is like, it's a pandemic at this point. And I truly feel like anybody that is trying to make you feel guilty because you got out of a relationship in which your spouse was abusive to you, they don't mean you no good. And that's just me being real. They want to see you taken up out of here Because that at this point, at the rate that it is today, no, I'm not dealing with it. And no, I'm not dealing with it. The cheating too. The way all these STDs and all that stuff is running around here, baby, I ain't got time for that. If that's what you want to do, sir, you do that over there. You do that on your own time. You ain't finna bring me nothing. And I'm not doing nothing. It's so many women that end up catching all kind of stuff. And guess what? Was married and faithful. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I just feel like God is saying, if he didn't already told you about whatever, he didn't already told you about whoever, why? Where's the logic? Okay, just like the little bitty persons. Where's the logic? Where's the common sense? Why would you do that? Why? Just why? Just why? Why would you do that? And you know, and this is just coming from somebody that I love to shop. I love to be with trend. I love being in style. I like being in style. I like being in trend. But at the same time, I like to use common sense too. And like I said, while I don't mind, you know, I'll try to be in style a little bit. I try to be, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I like my own personality. Like I said, Barbie movie is out of style right now. But guess what? I'm going to carry on wearing pink. And these Machino belts been out of style for a while. But I love them because I like the way they, like it accents my natural shape. I just feel like sometimes you don't just gotta be in trend with everybody. Just because everybody got they toxic friendships don't mean you gotta have a toxic friendship too. Let them carry on. If they want to have their toxic friend, that's their business. Just because everybody want to be in a marriage and they know their husband cheating on them, but they let that man carry on and they ignore it, or they act like they can't see it, or they got this club, that club, and the third, and they doing this over here, and they just keep them so busy so they not worried about what he do. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let them carry. That's their business. But you don't have to be in trend with them. When it's your time, it's your time. You know, if when it's your time to have somebody, God is going to send you somebody that is going to respect the fact that you are not okay with them cheating. God is going to send you somebody that is going to fear him, and they are not going to raise their hand to you. Like, why even if God is telling you no, don't ignore it and make believe you heard yes. Because like that would be like me sitting up here in a sweater and some sweats right now, sweating. Okay, why? I like, you know what I'm saying? I like some people then gather together a big collection of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna go out of style and they don't even really like it. Wasted thousands of dollars. I just feel like it's nonsense. And this is something that I don't buy into anymore. I don't buy into nonsense. I don't. Regardless if it is with physical monies or with my time, effort, energy, none of that, emotions, no. God said don't buy into nonsense. And that's the message. That is the message. That is the message. That is the message. And that is the message, Simone. And God says it's something like I said, something you need to do from this point on. Okay? Listen to God when he tell you something. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.